rigorous and tough and disappointing, and then to have our Kickstarters save the movie. Zach and Jonathan, where you at? Come on, guys. How many Kickstarter backers are in here tonight? Yeah. Be proud. Stand up. A few of you. Okay, the moment's passed. Never mind. All right, there. Yeah, come on. Woo! All you Kickstarter backers online. Yeah. All right. Seriously, the movie wouldn't have been made if we hadn't got saved, which I thought was ironic. You know, so it was amazing to see that happen, and it just made it so special that this was no longer a movie made by 10, 150, 150 people. It was now a movie that was 5,000 people strong. It was the people's movie, and that just made it so much more amazing to be a part of. And I love it. I love it. It's just the coolest way to make a movie ever. So I hope all my movies die, get saved, and resurrected. All right.
Great. And Tanya Raymond.
Yes.
You are wonderful in this film.
Thank you.
We had to rewrite lines because you were so exceptionally good in this movie to fit your incredible acting ability. How are you feeling tonight?
I feel fantastic. This is great. This theater is beautiful. I've never been to Portland before. I missed the Portland shooting segment of the film. I'm very excited. I'm thrilled. I am.
Why'd you take the part? I mean, besides the millions and millions of dollars we threw your way of Kickstarter money.
And the Lamborghini.
And the Lamborghini.
And the puppy in a box on my front porch.
That's right. And we sent Jason a half shirt, but that's...
When I'd been sent, I thought the script was exceptionally written. I thought it was really good. I just loved the material. That was the first thing that I saw.
Yeah.
And then I knew that Marshall was attached to the movie, and Marshall and I had worked on another movie together before, and I knew that if there was something that Marshall believed in strongly, that it was probably something that was good. And really loved the script, and that was it. That's why I decided to do it.
Well, I think everybody's going to agree tonight that you are fantastic in this movie.
You.
We are so thankful that you lent us your talent for, what would Shakespeare say, 2 hours traffic.
Right.
And we're very happy.
Thanks.
And very lastly, the actual Penny, and you didn't even know you were going to be on stage tonight because that's how I roll.
I'd be hiding in the bathroom.
But yeah, but you've seen the film, and this is a film partly about your experience at Reed, and we have completely exploited that for financial purposes. We've already made hundreds of millions of dollars off of you. But how are you feeling? I mean, you're being depicted on screen, accurately or not, is up to the jury. But
yeah, we won't go into that. No, I think I sent a text to you when I first read the script, and it said, "Wow, I look like hot shit." Like, wow.
That's only for the internet audience who's not piping in through Focus on the Family. But, we will try to bleep that for YouTube. She is a Reedy, after all.
That's nothing.
I just want to point out that we're not smoking pot for those who know Reed College. We're good.
It's worse than that. Worse than that. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know if I live up to it, but
I think you live up to it quite well. I think,
thank you.
And you're writing a book, and you have a book coming out hopefully in 2017.
Yeah, maybe 10 years.
Well, we're just super honored that you're here. And so this is the cast. And for those here in the house and watching on the internet, we're actually going to do a Q&A after the screening tonight. We'll take questions from the audience about anything, nuclear physics, anything you want to know. We have the answers. And but before that, we want to turn it over to Steve Taylor. And Steve, is this the time that we want to go ahead and start introducing the movie, or are we going to take a little bit of break? We're ready to introduce the movie. Okay, well, first of all, for everybody here in Portland, Oregon, this is a town that I have 17 years ago, I fell in love with this city. And we are so grateful that you came out. We wanted to film the movie here. We filmed in Nashville, Tennessee part of the time. We filmed in Portland, Oregon. You'll recognize the campus at Reed College. You'll recognize, please scream when you see the architecture from Portland, because we wanted to paint a beautiful picture of this wonderful town. That's outside of Portlandia, I mean, come on. They did good for us, but we want to do that too. And so we're, first of all, really grateful that you waited in the rain. For everybody watching on the internet, the movie opens Friday, April 13th. That is this Friday. Please go out. It's across the country. You can go to bluelightjazztickets.com, bluelightjazztickets.com, and you can get your tickets tonight. Fandango actually has a partnership with us, and so you can actually go order your tickets tonight. We're already sold out in Atlanta and in various ghettos in Wichita. But no, we actually aren't playing in Wichita, and I apologize to anybody in Wichita, but you do live in Wichita. There are sacrifices. Wichitawesome. With that, I think Steve wants to tell us the story of how this movie actually got made, and then we will show this film. We are incredibly nervous, and honestly, there are people in this film who are people of faith. There are people, most of the people who worked in this film are not people of faith. Regardless, we all have hopes. Those of us with faith, we're playing out to Jesus. Please, God, help this movie succeed. And but it is a bridge-building film, and it's high time that people of faith were able to build a bridge to people who don't have faith and able to have a wonderful, beautiful conversation. And we hope that this film brings to our culture. Steve, will you introduce tonight's movie?
It is my pleasure. First of all, how many of you have read Blue Like Jazz? Wow. Well, you are going to be very disappointed. No, you're going to like this movie. I actually read the book myself 6 years ago. A friend gave it to me over Christmas. I try to read one book a year, usually at Christmas, and that was the one that year. And you know, it's not a book that you put down and you think, oh, I see this movie in my head. But I'm telling you, I put the book down, it's like, I got to make this my next movie. So Don was going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, where I live, the following month. The book at that point was not really popular, but I showed up at the reading he was going to do at a little theater in Nashville, and there was a line wrapped around the block, longest line I'd ever seen at any event. And Don actually did 2 readings that night, and afterwards a mutual friend introduced us. And I pitched Don on the idea of turning Blue Like Jazz into a movie, and he thought about it, and he came back and said yes. And so a few months later, we went to work on the screenplay, Don and myself and Ben Pearson. And where is Ben? Ben, where are you? You're here somewhere, right? Oh, right back there, Ben Pearson. There he is. How many of you have read A Million Miles in 1,000 Years? A lot of you? Well. So you know all about Ben. So the 3 of us went to work, and the first day, remember the first day we landed in Portland? It was a beautiful day. It was snowing. There was like 6, 8 inches of snow on the ground. So we did what anyone else would do when they got in Portland and there was snow on the ground. We tied a kayak onto the back of a pickup truck and went snow yakking through the streets of Portland. It was a grand time. It's going to be an Olympic sport in 2016, I think, so keep an eye out for it. And then we started writing, and after 9 months, we had what we thought was a really good screenplay. We did a table reading that went great, and some of you know I used to be involved in music, and I've been involved in different things, yeah. And but I'm telling you, I never had a project. In the meantime that we were writing the screenplay, the book became a big New York Times bestseller. 47 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. It ended up selling like 1.5 million copies. I've never had a project that I thought was this obvious. We didn't need a lot of money to make the movie. I just thought people were going to be lining up to give us money. And 4 years later, I was starting to think maybe I was not right about that, because I never had any project so frustrating where we could not get money together to make this movie. And there was a recession, I get all that, but still, it shouldn't have been this hard. So finally we got to the place where, Marshall had come on board, and it had been over a year, I think, and Marshall had to go back to work on True Blood in the day after Thanksgiving in 2010. If we didn't get a shot that fall, we just weren't going to be able to get it done. So we managed to cobble together just enough money. There was an awesome guy up in Seattle who has been on board from the beginning, and he upped his commitment, and then another gentleman in LA came in and gave us just enough money so we could at least shoot the movie, right? Everything was set, and on the night before we were going to open our production office, the guy in LA dropped out. So now I had to call Don, who had been a fantastic patient partner for all these 4 years. I had told him, Don, I'm not just going to option the book, I'm going to get this movie made. And 4 years later, I had failed miserably, and now I had to tell Don, I am so sorry, we can't get this movie shot. And of course, Don was bummed out, and he blogged about it the next morning, as he is wont to do. And you guys, a lot of you remember the blog. It's like, I'm so sorry, the movie that we thought we were going to get made is not going to happen. We did our best. For whatever reason, we couldn't get the funding together. We are very, very sorry. We apologize, but it's dead. It's not going to happen. And then something really remarkable happened where people started writing us back. And some of you even told me that today, coming in this evening, how you wrote back and said, come on, you got to make this movie. This is important. I got $25 I could give you. Or I'll get my friends together and we'll give you like $100, but just make this movie. We want to see this on the big screen. This is important. And two guys in Franklin, Tennessee, young guys in their early 20s, actually sent us a video. And their names are Jonathan Frazier and Zach Pritchard. And can we introduce them now? Zach and Jonathan, can you guys stand up? There they are. Jonathan and Zach. It is no exaggeration at all to say we would not be here today without Jonathan and Zach. And they sent us a video, and in the video they said, look, we don't have any money, but what if you let us put together the Save Blue Like Jazz campaign on this new website called Kickstarter.com. And we think that there's a lot of people that are just like us that want to see this movie made, and they would all come together and they will get the movie funded. So Don called me, he said, what do you think about the video? You want to meet with them? I said, yeah, I don't have anything better to do. So I met with Jonathan and Zach about 5 days later. Don joined us on a conference call and they pitched us the idea. They were really well organized, they were very enthusiastic, very idealistic, they had it all planned out. But honestly, I just thought they were a little naive because I said, I've gone on Kickstarter. You know, I love the site, it's great, it's built with integrity, but no movie at this point has made more than like $50,000. I said, we gotta have $250,000 in 30 days or we can't shoot this movie. I said, our guy in Seattle has said he'll match whatever we come up with, but that's still a $125,000 goal. That would be far and away the biggest goal that Kickstarter has, any project has ever set on Kickstarter. I said, you know, this has been a kind of embarrassing situation for the last 4 years. I've been telling people I'm gonna make a movie out of Blue Like Jazz, and I failed miserably. I'm just not sure that I'm ready for that public of a humiliation over the next 30 days if we fail. And they said, do you have any better ideas? And I didn't. So they launched the Save Blue Like Jazz campaign, and in 30 days, 4,500 people gave us $345,000 to make the movie. And that's why we're here. And a lot of you are in the audience, and I am not going to let you get away without standing up. If you were part of the Save Blue Like Jazz campaign or Kickstarter backers, I need you to all stand up. Everybody stand up. Come on. They were too. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? You're the reason we're here. So anyway, we are so grateful to all of you for being here. You know, you know about this. You give incentives to people to give money to your project. Give us $50 and we'll send you a t-shirt and a poster. Give us $100 and we'll put your name in the credits as an associate producer. You're going to notice when the end credits roll that on the left are the traditional credits, and on the right, moving a little bit faster than the traditional credits, are the associate producers. And what, there's like 1,600 associate producers? I'm pretty sure this is a record, right? But everybody look for your name. It's alphabetized by first name, and every name is on the screen at least 6-7 seconds, I think. So keep an eye out. It's plenty of time to see it. Since I didn't think the thing was going to work, I said for an incentive of $10, give us $10 or more, I will call you and thank you personally. And I ended up with a call sheet of 3,500 names. I finished the calls 2 months ago. There's a few stragglers where I gotta email people and get their names, but all of you got your phone calls, right? Go good. See, it's so nice to finally be able to put a face together with a voice, and that's been a great thing about tonight. So anyway, we are so excited to be here, and I'm so glad. You guys, this is good tonight because we're gonna actually be watching it on a film print. Did you know that film prints are dying out? Like next year this time, there won't be such a thing as a film print, and it looks so great on a film print. So you're gonna be seeing it on a film print. It's 5:1 sound. It's a beautiful theater. It's a great night. We've got our cast here with us. I could not be happier. Are we ready to go? All right, here we go. Is this one live? By the way, I have one more thing I have to do. My parents are here, Roland and Gail Taylor, and my sister Dawn. We got over here. But there's one other person without whom my wife hung in there for 6 years trying to get this movie made. My wife, Debbie Taylor, is here. Debbie, I love you.